Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 4 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's time for the bonus episode, the first of two. In this bonus episode, we'll be checking out all of Taloon's little antics. So, first one there, he grabs sand, throws in the enemy's eyes, and that basically casts a surround spell. Sometimes if an enemy casts a spell, he'll jump up and cover their mouth. It's a free turn. He'll try to calm everyone down here. The enemy will either become more enraged or they'll flee. We'll see the flee a little bit later on. So, the reason he's doing all these antics one after another, I put in a Game Genie code. Well, all he does is the antics. So, of course, I still have to be patient and have them all pop up. Some are rarer than others, but we're going to get to see them all. So, use a lullaby that can put an enemy to sleep. Put one of the two to sleep. An awful pun there to make them laugh. They basically lose their turn. And this one is a totally useless thing. He's just dazed. So basically, he wastes a turn there. So he's using his pun again to make these guys laugh. Lose a turn or two. Shouting like some of the enemies do. It makes the enemy freeze in fear, lose their turn. He can trip an enemy, they will fall down to the ground, and they'll lose a turn or two as they're trying to get back up. So, and that one's still tripping there. Build up power like how Hector used to do, that NPC who joined us when we first got the wagon. So now he'll do like double attack next time he does a physical attack. But unfortunately he's doing all his antics here, so. Strange dance, steal the MP. It's worse than the enemy casts it on us, because enemies don't care about their MP. And here he uses the calm down again, but this time the mages actually withdraw. So, we don't get any experience, but we do get their gold. Another battle here now, showing off more of their antics. He wiggles a finger. If an enemy follows the finger, then the enemy will become confused, but they don't have to. Here he summons a merchant army. They attack 3 times, and they defeat all the enemies here. But if they didn't defeat the enemies, Taloon has a Sword of Miracles. He still gets hit points back, as if he was attacking with the Sword of Miracles. This is a really rare one there, where he steals a treasure chest off the enemy. Got a pink leotard from that bat. If your Taloon trips, he loses a weapon. You don't lose a weapon, it just says that. And it does an automatic hit, critical hit. And then the last one is if somebody would take lethal damage from an enemy attack, Taloon will jump in front of them and block it. That's all of Taloon's antics. Now we're going to move into the chance spells. So the first one here is terrible. It's basically lightning comes down and hits you for 80% or 150, from 80 to 150% of your max hit points. If you survive, you turn into a dragon and breathe fire, like your Be-Dragon spell. Otherwise, you're dead. So that's the first chance spell there. There were 27 in total. So, here's one where he calls something fearful. It makes all the enemies flee. Basically like the expel thing. You don't get any gold or experience. A lot of these chance spells duplicate spells that other people can cast. There's just a chance for that. This one heals everybody, yourself and the enemies. A lot of spells also, they'll do the same thing for your party as they will to the enemy. So there's one that heals all your allies, and then there's one that heals all your allies and all the enemies. There's one that enemies lose all their magic points, and then there's one where like everybody loses all their magic points, including party members. So sometimes just taking a gamble, like this chance. Some of these are actually very similar to the effects that we got with the Silver Tower cards. So there's one there, we just lost all our MPs. So, enemy and allies. We have the one with the thing, it says it's only twice the money, but it's actually twice the money and experience. That's the same with the Silver Tower cards. I think when you use the Fortune card. This one's interesting, it turns all the enemies into metal slimes. So now if we defeat them, we get the experience for metal slimes, and we're all going to defeat them because the next chance spell that I get here is one of 2 earthquakes. One earthquake automatically defeats the enemies, just swallows them up. The other one deals damage to everybody, including your party members. We'll see that one a little bit later. Cosmo here has max agility because he's at max level. I use the code double experience and double money to max out levels. Yeah, he has the Meteorite Armband, so that one's just basically casts like speed up spell, which would basically increase your agility. But he's already at max agility, so there's one where the enemy just lost all their MP. We have one here where the enemy all becomes confused. There's another one like that where everybody becomes confused, including your own party members. Your party members can do weird things when they're confused. I'll talk about that in the next episode. Here's one where enemies are all surrounded, basically casting the surround spell. Cuts down their hit percentage. And not only do spells, chance spells mimic other spells, they can also mimic items. So one of the chance spells can do is, it can do like the Sands of Time, where it'll reverse time, like this. It'll take you back to the beginning of the battle. So, this is what would happen if you were to use the that sand glass of time that we got in the Cascade waterfall. And if the morale of the party is boosted, every single person, when they attack now, they'll do a critical hit. So it's good for like fighting like metal slimes, metal babbles, metal kings. So yeah, everybody's, when I attack, are going to do those terrible blows, the critical hits. So, and then there's a really weird one here. It looks like it's going to be like the time one again, but instead of going to the left, we go down, and it basically casts return in battle, and warps us to a random place on a return list. So that's pretty weird. If you cast Chance and your Chance goes 3 times and the voice echoes in vain, basically nothing happens. But if you have party members who are defeated, who are at 0 hit points, they'll be revived back to full hit points. But since I don't have anybody like that, it just did nothing. So we can also. I said there was that one that the lightning hits you. If you survive, it only does 80% of damage. It turns you into a dragon, and you start breathing like a blizzard breath. Another chance spell does is turns you into just like the regular dragon spell, where you breathe a fire breath. So they would just turn into a giant dragon there, and now using the fire breath. And then you can't use chance the rest of the thing because you're turned into a dragon for the rest of the fight. So same thing happens if you survive that one that hits you with the lightning. For the rest of the battle, you'll be a snow dragon breathing the blizzard breath on enemies. So, we're going to get the other earthquake chance here. This one deals damage to everybody, including your own party members. So, yeah, a lot of chances. There's also like a good version and there's a bad version. So here's the earthquake. The bad earthquake hits everybody, including your party members, but doesn't do too much damage, like 50 to 60. So. Not too bad. Never going to totally defeat you. Like what this one chance spell will do, well, it'll basically just explode all the enemies, turn into little bits. One of the Silver Tower cards did that too. So it's good against like slime, metal slimes, metal babble and stuff. Instantly defeats them, they all just blow up, but you have to, if the experience is not like the expel spell. Here's the giant appears and growls, and that scares the enemy. There's another giant that'll appear that will do attacks, but this giant, when it attacks, it won't attack you, it'll just attack the enemy. So there's the grumbling giant, and then there's the stepping giant. The chance spell there turns us into raise our defense, so it basically casts the increase spell. If we had the Mirror of Ra, we can use it here to turn these guys back into the imposters, anyone who used it. So this one here puts all the enemies to sleep. There's also one that puts everybody to sleep. So, actually I think that was the one that put everybody to sleep right there. So, doing the chance spells. And the Streams of Mist come out. What that does is, it basically means that casting spells for the rest of the battle is impossible. So, to fight a new battle to get more chance. Here's the giant appears now. Instead of grumbling, he's laughing, and he just steps on all the enemies. A little over 100 damage to everybody. So we're going to get another one like how Taloon did his little antic where he builds power. That's another effect of the chance spell here, but it builds up for everybody, including the enemies. So yeah, the Raven Lords are building up power too, so their next attack, they're going to do double damage. Well, basically double damage. Next physical attack they do, so. And then this one, a Snow Dragon appears, and it basically casts the Expel spell, so we don't get any experience or gold. Not a very good one. But now I'm gonna have a whole bunch of, I just have a different bunch of party members out. And there's a chance sometimes you can do nothing. And what you saw in the last one there. And then that one there, time stops. Now basically Cosmo has 3 turns all to himself where the enemy will not act, nobody else will act. So party members won't act, it's just Cosmo. He gets 3 turns all to himself. So there's 1, here comes 2, and then after his 3rd turn, then the enemy time will return back to normal, time restarts, and it's just like a regular battle from here on out. So Cosmo will finish this battle off. And that will finish off this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode where we see the max stats of all our characters and take on Necrosaur without AI. Have a good one. Bye!